everybody and welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Ben from What Culture Gaming. This is Peter from What Culture Gaming. That's you. We're at EGX 2017. We've just played WWE 2K18. It's over. It's over there. It's NBA, but it's on the other side. You just have to take our word for it. Stop doubting us. I love the wrestling games. You're obviously also a massive fan of wrestling. Huge knowledge. Tell us how deep your knowledge goes.
Hello, I'm huge knowledge. You know, when we were picking the characters, maybe that's the best example of my my knowledge of wrestling. Because I said, now look, we're here as journalists. We're not just playing a game, right? We want to tell the people whether it's a good game or not, right? So I said, oh, I'll pick a guy with long hair to test the physics. I said, I'll be AJ Styles. Now, does he have long hair?
He does to an extent, yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not who I was. Who was I?
You picked Baron Corbin. It even said Baron Corbin underneath, and in every available piece of information was given to you is that his name was Baron Corbin.
In my defense, I think I glanced above where he was standing, and it had the person above him in the list, which was AJ. But the point is, I had to use the text on screen to know who he was. Yeah. You know, I had no other clues whatsoever. So,
well, your credentials in tatters now. Let's talk about the game itself. Loading time's a little long. Maybe it's just because it's a demo for conferences and expos and that kind of stuff. Usual deal if you've played these games at shows before, where there's like 6 or 7 wrestlers. There was Randy Orton, John Cena, AJ, Baron Corbin, Samoa Joe. I think that was it. Were the guys that you could play as, and it only gave us the option of a one-on-one match. But interestingly, and again, I don't know if this is just for the demo, the main menu was radically different to how it's been before. The menu was actually inside the ring, and then when you go to pick your character, the camera spins round to the Titantron, and then you choose your guys on there, which is quite interesting. A little bit slow, a little bit sluggish, a little bit frame ratey.
Yeah, like you say, you never quite know at events like this whether that's going to be indicative of the game itself. But certainly, I did like the menu, and although I don't have a massive working knowledge of wrestling games, I do know what the menus normally look like. Yes. You know, in the 2K17.
Just rubbish pictures, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But it was kind of moody, really. It was kind of like because the crowd were almost in a silhouette, and it was like, oh, it's like some kind of underground fight club rather than a wrestling.
It was a little bit Lucha Underground, but they're having a rave over there.
Sandstorm Darude.
We'll just cut that. Yeah, so obviously Seth Rollins was in there as well. I forgot he's on the cover, so yes, he is in there. Right. But yeah, the crowd was all they were static. Everyone was static. I think Seth Rollins was kneeing someone in the face in the ring, and it was frozen there. And then the crowd was all low light and misty, and it was red, and it was mysterious and spooky. But yeah, obviously the lighting system's changed. We're going to do a video over on our sister channel, What Culture Wrestling, about 5 things you need to know, because there are 5 things we noticed immediately that are different. But having played it, what did you think? Have you played 2K17?
I played a little bit of 2K17 for like when we played Twitch and things like that. And we played it. Did we play it last? No. Well, you guys did. I sat and watched. But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty slick. I thought it looked very nice. I don't think it's necessarily a massive step up in terms of presentation from the previous game. But the last one was pretty impressive as well. I think the last one was where it seemed to step up, as far as I'm aware. And so far, they've just remained consistent in their nice presentation and pretty smooth gameplay. The only issue was you tried to do the thing where you interrupt my entrance. I was the second person to come in, and you were like, "Come on, let's get on with it." And the game, I think we picked it at just the wrong moment for the game to work out exactly what was going on, because I was climbing up into the ring, and then you like climbed down, and my guy then didn't finish his animation to go into the ring. He just like then hopped off the ring instantly. Yeah. So
it was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
Yeah. So performance, maybe
it was always bad at those at 2K17. If you interrupted stuff, it was always really sluggish.
Okay, so still things that need to be ironed out. You know, when you pump games out once a year like this, there are gonna be sacrifices that have to be made, and it's certainly playable, looks good, and I think it's much of the same in a good way. But yeah, they don't necessarily feel that. I feel like because they've got a monopoly on this, there's not a huge drive. Yeah. So
yeah, I think gameplay-wise, it doesn't seem hugely changed. Right. You can pick up it from last year and know exactly what you're doing. there's no real fundamental change. Last year they introduced fighting in the crowd and the different camera angles when you're outside the ring and stuff. Like there's loads of stuff they added last year that this year they seem to have just been fine-tuning, which is good for me because I never really had a problem with the gameplay. It was with the My Career mode that I had an issue with. And if they've spent a lot more time on that, then that's what we're going to see. Unfortunately, obviously not today, something that we could see. But gameplay-wise, you know, we were wrestling back and forth, we were countering, we were doing signatures, we were doing submissions, we were doing finishers, all that sort of stuff, all the pinfalls.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's largely the same game. But I think you'll probably enjoy it if you like last year's, right? Because that tends to be how those sports games go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be my take-home message, really. It looks like they've not dropped any major clangers. It's not like we've sat down and they've gone, by the way, we've totally changed all the control scheme and we've added it cell-shaded mode now, and, you know, there's nothing new and weird. It's just, yeah, maybe still a few problems that have already existed in the past, but other than that, you know, it's looking all right.
Well, for more on WWE 2K18, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Gaming and also What Culture Wrestling, where we will be releasing a top 5 things you need to know, or just 5 things you need to know about WWE 2K18. So that'll be coming very soon. What Culture Wrestling? What Culture Wrestling?
What Culture Wrestling?
What Culture Wrestling. I've been Ben from What Culture at EGX.
I've been also Peter from What Culture at EGX.
That was really good, and we'll see you soon.